We definitely need to change this intro because I don't want it to be all about me. I want you with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Taranaki Foodies, every Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. with Olivia Williams and guests. Only on 100.4 Remote.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41, the tastiest food show on the whole most FM. Isn't it amazing? We love to talk about hospitality, food, restaurants, gardens, and every person who is involved into it. And of course, music, because it's a radio station. We are recording our show live on a Facebook group page. Look for Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. Join in if you like to peek behind the scenes. We are recording, I'm Alina Williams, and I'm your local foodie, socialite, and selfie taker. And my co-star is Warwick Foy, his fellow broadcaster, educator, and the president of SOBA, Society of Beer Advocates. Hi, Warwick.
So enthusiastic.
It's Saturday afternoon, my mood. And our videographers today, Oliver and Nathan Griffith. Our guest is amazing because he's the chef of the road. His name is Brendan Peterson. He's chef, barbecue master, fisherman, and owner of Gondwana Food Store. Hello, Brendan.
Hi.
How about we listen to some music first? What are we going to listen for?
This just came. Oh, this is your choice, I think. Bob Marley Wailers.
It was the choice of our guest.
So let's listen to Bob Marley and the Wailers for a little bit.
Wow. So, Brendan has a very vast music choices. He says that he likes reggae. He says that he also likes electronic music. He is in awe of a lot of R&B and lots of other things.
It's not working.
It's magic! It's working!
Maybe it's a really slow.
I think that someone did something here because when I came, the conditioning was on and the light was on. So someone didn't pay attention. This thing happens. That's what makes radio show unique because if everything's smooth, people actually would not remember it. I used to like walking with my friends. We walked every week, and I don't know how many hundreds of walks I made. But one day we actually got lost. And I forgot all of the walks except this particular one where we got lost. The best thing about it was, when I get married, I thought that my husband is like a knight in a shining armor on a white horse. So I called him. I said, Kiri, can you please come and save us? It's unknown to me, he was at the shift change between at his work. So instead of taking my phone call, he put it on a cloud. So very embarrassing. People remember about it still after all these years. It's like, hey, are you okay? How are you doing? The navigator is working for you, something like that. And he didn't come and pick us up. So we were all slept it, believe it or not. He just left it as a word. It's a magic place, you know, to go there. It's almost like it's amazing. Lebanon is not far from Lisbon, but it's a very small place. It's not really a maze. Just because I was there, I think that it's actually quite a nice little town.
Yeah.
I mean, everything nice in New Zealand, let's face it. Especially in Taranaki. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. But out of all the hundreds walks, I remember only one when we got lost. How do you find Taranaki?
Well, I like the. I love the nature. The water is very similar to Cape Town.
Okay.
The sea spray is probably the only place I've come across in New Zealand and that sea spray reminds us of Cape Town. Partner Sylvia and I, we're living in Pittsburgh, we're loving it. So it's close to the beach and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister lives in Dubai. It takes her about an hour to get to work. Yeah. Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. It is Alina Williams, Warwick Foy, and our guest, Brandon Peterson, chef, barbecue master, fisherman, owner of Gondwana Food Store. Brandon, you are just freshly opened new food entity in Taranaki, the 1st of October, is that right?
Well, sort of mid-October, took over premises 1st of October, but we kind of it took a few weeks to open. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very, very new. And it is called Gondwana Food Store.
Yes.
Wow.
What was in that spot? I think it used to be a pizza place and it used to be a vegan organic place before.
They were going to open it, but they actually didn't open it because they were going to launch party, but this launch party didn't happen or something personal happened there. So it's really interesting. Why Gondwana?
I'm a geography buff.
Oh, you just took to work. I'm leaving the studio.
Yeah, we discussed this. So I love geography, I love history, and like Gondwana land, was one of the two supercontinents, and the Americas, Africa, and Australasia, stroke New Zealand, and then there was also Pangaea in the north. But Gondwana land is kind of where I spent most of my life there, and so I always believe we all ate from the same table once before, and that's the kind of food that I want to offer to everyone. Some stuff from the Americas, from Africa, Australasia.
You're really on a food mission, aren't you? When I talk about Gondwana, I imagine vast prairies and something from the movie which is called Black Panther. Is it similar to that?
Well, I wasn't there then.
Filmmaking.
I kind of can imagine what it would have been something similar, if you look at sort of a lot of food and flora and fauna is very similar. So I found something over here which I thought always only grew in Cape Town. It's called a sour fig. And it's a very unique thing that we eat in Cape Town. And I thought it was that's it. There's nowhere else in the world will have it. Not even in the rest of South Africa. It's just Cape Town. And then I discovered it here in New Zealand, and there's actually so much of it growing over here in Taranaki.
So we call it that thing?
No, we call it ice plant over here. And it grows all along the beach. And then if you dry it out, and you bite it, and all this nectar comes out, it's like a sweet, sour tamarind taste, which I use for cooking. It goes awesome with game.
Lots of umami, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tamarind. This is lovely. So, why is your place called Food Store? Is it a shop, or is it a cafe, or is it a restaurant?
Well, it's not a restaurant, so it's a cafe, but it's a food store because with my contacts from working around New Zealand for all the years, I've got incredible contacts with the meat industry and suppliers of product and stuff. So I get that, and I thought, well, I can push it on to people because not everyone has this access to deal with these guys. I was the food development manager for the airline, so that way I sort of picked up really good meetings. Yeah.
It's really amazing how kind of a chance makes something important in our lives, isn't it? Another day I was walking on the street and I've noticed a beautiful mural which was developed by a local artist. It was the mural of Nelson Mandela, and the artist talked to me. I was hearing him. He had the most cleverest and kindest eyes, and he was amazing. So I just remembered about you because I heard the rumor says that you cooked to Nelson Mandela. Is that true?
Yes,
I think it's Martin Luther King.
Yes, that's right, Martin Luther.
Have you cooked for Martin Luther King?
No, I didn't. You wasn't around then. I'm not that old.
Oh, it shows that I'm very bad with geography and history. Thank you, Warwick, for being with me. Please don't punish me too hard tonight.
I cooked for Nelson Mandela on Robben Island in 1997. That was for the opening of Robben Island, where they turned it from into a museum for the Nelson Mandela Foundation. And then they had some of the big people come from all around the world. They chose 8 chefs, and I was a young up and coming chef. and I was chosen for that.
What was his food taste like?
I did a seafood display, and I did a seafood display where I did a crash waterfall, and I actually turned some blue and green gelatin to match the ocean color of Cape Town, and I
Wow,
served all the seafood on that.
this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, we did a walk around the island and picked up power shells and stuff, and we served a lot of the food in that. It was, yeah, just incredible. Yeah.
And you know the magnanimous man that he was. He befriended one of the prison guards.
Yes.
Was he there? Do you know who I mean?
There was, yes, I think we didn't get to meet, and as was there, I had a dish on the gala dinner as well, so I stayed behind in the kitchen to work. There's two our chefs that didn't put on our gold jackets or gold button jackets to go do the meet and greet. But Madiba actually came to the kitchen because he knew that there was supposed to be 8 chefs, and he only counted 6. So he came to the kitchen to see and yeah, to say hello to those that, because they said, oh, the other 2 stayed behind because they were busy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're too busy. And then we mentioned something because in 1990, I was part of so I was in the subscription military, and I was one of the security force that day he was released. And I mentioned to him that, and he said, well, this is how it is, this is the new South Africa.
Amazing.
But the history.
As a South African who wasn't in New Zealand at that time, are you aware of the quote that all good and right thinking New Zealanders are so proud of? Is that when he saw the protest for the Springboks were at 81, he said that was the day the sun came out and we knew that we had some hope. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it was very moving that for us in the anti-tour, or certainly anti-apartheid, that he
Exactly.
recognised that.
Well, he's an incredible man. I mean, he loves his food. The first thing he actually asked for was bread. And I still see through a lot of other shit. The man spent 27 years in prison. And the first thing he wants is bread.
And some water to go with it.
Yeah. But the thing that struck me was how soft his hands were. Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
softest hands I've ever come across. Yeah, and we went on a tour and we saw how they've been working in the quarry and stuff. But yeah, the softest hands ever. And if you read his book, he talks about how personal hygiene and that you can take everything from a man, but you can't take his self-respect, and
Oh,
you have to
wow.
look after your body.
It's pretty amazing. So, is it a common thing if celebrity likes food? Do they go and visit a chef in the kitchen? Because we see it in
No.
Hollywood movies. Did you have a lot of visits in your kitchen?
I have not a lot, but I had one, and there was I was the executive of a restaurant called Tank, and it was top sort of celebrity restaurant in Cape Town, and we had there was all the musicians were there for the Nelson Mandela concert. It was in 2004, and Bono enjoyed his starter, which was a Cajun prawn with a caramelized lemon and mustard seed pickle, and he asked, "Can he have it as a main?" And the waiter said, "Oh, I'll go and check with the chef." And he said, "Oh no, I'll do that." And he walks into the kitchen, and my sous chef is Irish, and he straight away recognized who it was. I didn't know who it was, and I was gonna, but yeah,
It's amazing. But food has this effect on people. It makes people happy. It makes people more relaxed, and it also kind of makes people friends, isn't it? So, what is me as a person who loves food and who cooks a lot, goes through the period of loving certain ingredients or maybe style or something cuisine. What is your most favorite ingredient at the moment?
I don't have a particular favorite ingredient. I love all the ingredients. I love good ingredients. I think the main thing is I love good ingredients. Freshness, everything. I love seafood, but I'm very conscious of sustainability.
So on your LinkedIn page, it says that you are a fisherman. I mean, how many people would own a boat and produce some massive amount? So
Yeah, I'm not a very good one.
you put it on your LinkedIn.
Yes, because I love fishing. I think, I just love fishing.
So are things that are in your cap, are they caught by you? I mean, seafood or
No, you're not allowed to.
Okay, you're not allowed. Oh, actually, some regulation. Let's talk about other things that I saw on social media because it's impossible to hide from me.
The one thing we just have to bring up now, Alina, it's the hat. So,
Right, tell us.
for the viewers, for the listeners, the viewers are considered, we've got a Tottenham Hotspur hat on here. Tell us about that.
I am a diehard Spurs fan, and same with my dad. And we suffered for all the years, and I think every year we think it's going to be our year. You know, I think I'll wear this. I'll have so many. Every day I'm wearing something Spurs, and even in the restaurant I've got, in the shop I've got a Spurs clock and a Spurs a White Hart Lane road sign, which was given to me by Swiss Sports. Yeah,
They moved stadium. What's the new stadium called?
it's called Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
And it's a big sponsored commercial
It's
stadium, isn't it?
yeah, one of the best stadiums in the world. I was really hoping to go there, and I so badly wanted to go to the Champions League last year.
So when we'll carry on with the sports show just for another 30 seconds. When did they last win a trophy or a premiership title? Have they ever won a premiership title?
No, we won the league in '61.
The first division.
Yes,
And so FA Cups.
the FA Cup we won 8. UEFA Cup we've won twice. We were actually the first British team to ever win the European Cup. And
Wow, what sports were we talking about?
yeah,
What was that? Was it cricket? Or...
I'm a diehard Spurs fan. I like the
English Premier League football.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's for those who are not into sports like me.
Yeah.
It is information for you.
So I do wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get up for the game and stuff.
Oh, this is so cool. So you probably feel quite at home in New Zealand because it's a land of fresh food, lots of sports and things like that. How long ago did you immigrate from Africa?
15 years, and I was living in Australia, and I came across, and my sister was there, and I think as a family we kind of decided that this is where we would want to live.
Oh, wow.
And even though I was living in Australia, and then my sister was here, and then I came across and decided this I want to stay here. I loved it.
So a really interesting dynamic for South Africans and New Zealanders and Aussies. I think we're the Southern Hemisphere brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
That's true.
Members of the Commonwealth, English speaking or Afrikaans speaking sometimes, but English colonial history anyway, and same sports, same.
Well, we always share houses in London, don't we?
Yeah.
Like there's always like
Sporting.
400 of us, like
Sporting in
a
London.
2-bedroom house.
A very bad memory of '95. Back to sport down there. We lost the World Cup, which was a great World Cup to lose because it lived in South Africa out of that privilege years of punchline. One of my flatmates was South Africa, and we lost with him, and he was really smart.
At this particular point, I would like to give kudos to one of the most account sponsors who is from South Africa. It's Mike's Brewery, who's very generous with us, and thank you for the beer. Cheers.
You know, he's actually from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but African countries, I mean, they're very diverse, but at the same time, they have different languages and different foods and things like that. But they are kind of have the same ethos very often, and there is a lot of similarities, but lots of differences as well. There's a language with lots of correct.
Kosa.
Which is the Nelson Mandela's language.
Yes, yes. I did that in school. I can speak probably about 3 or 4 words, and my partner Sylvia, she can speak a few words. But yeah,
So your heritage is English, and hers is not.
Sylvia's Dutch,
Dutch.
and I'm English. Yeah.
Awesome. How about we listen to some music? What is in the menu work?
This is the theme song for today. It's called Gondwana, and it's by Gondwana.
Awesome. It's all of us who want to listen to it first time.
Cool. I like it, man. And as you spoke.
Yeah. Music, as we discussed, Brandon, music and food always go together, and we kind of one of those guilty people who can't really do one without another.
Oh,
So we try some food before it's gone cold.
We could heat that one up.
Yeah.
Would that be?
Yeah, and you can heat this one up and give it a quick little flatten, and I'll cut this one actually up. So,
So this has been already.
yeah. Now, this one's fine for cooked out of cold. But those, yeah.
So can we discuss the range of your about the grill thing after the break?
Yes, I mean, I'll explain now. I won't go into that now. I'll just show you this.
They will explain the products that you use in your kitchen and.
Chef, how long would you like to wait each?
A minute. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one I think we can start. And,
This one I created for my friends, my best friend's father passed away last week on the street. And he taught me, you don't know what good feta or good olives until you've actually,
until you start eating it.
yeah, and then that's it. It's going to forever for me, so I cannot have feta or olives without,
Trying it.
So this dish was for
The best way they can make it because it's so easy to make.
something I want to do. So then I really want to do a cheese course.
Oh yes. I used to have dumplings with cheese, and I demonstrated how to make cheese in 15 minutes. So my mom my grandma had a recipe how to make a cheese in 15 minutes. So you use citric acid basically. Of course, it's not the same as you try to get the show all the things, but it's really good. It's tender, so it's really good for children. Yeah. So what we've done the casing on the dark chocolate. And this like a homemade feta with some sweetness in it, so it was really nice.
I really
We
want
should
to
we should do some cooking classes in your venue.
wait, because I've done it, like some rich people that paid me for that stuff.
I have cooking classes for 3 years probably. Now I don't do public classes. I do once people know me. They are, but. There is no one else who's doing it at the moment. Because when I started, there were three of us. One is specializing in kids cooking classes, one is specialized in plant-based. But now there are so many plant-based ingredients. The novelty one or another one with kids. She's doing it from home and did some work, and I do it. And then someone asked me. But I mean, there is still the market. You can't do a lot of money from it, but I mean,
but it's fun though.
it's a promotion.
Yeah.
If you do it like periodically, every week.
Yeah.
Invite guests like me and the world of other celebrities.
Because I've done like a few of those TV gigs there, and again, I was very particular about what I wanted to cook, and like so I try and get people to use kawaii and stuff like that. It's like I love people to use more sustainable stuff.
Yes, and that's where the whole trend is going. It's very trendy at the moment.
Yeah.
What does that make?
Then shoulder.
Slow.
In situations
Charred roll, you're gonna burn it and then cook it for like 12 hours.
And what you can do?
In my oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a little bit of liquid and that's the sauce. It becomes my sauce. So if you do it in your oven at home, you put it on for about 160 for 3 hours. 160, 3 hours. But it's always best to try and burn it. So put it underneath the grill, burn it, char it good.
I've just got a pressure cooker. Put the pork shoulder in the pressure cooker. Put 1 hour.
Yeah. Sylvia bought me a pressure cooker. I always identified it as a pressure cooker, and I always shied away from it. And then she bought me one of those fancy
just
ones.
to make it really
I
soft.
love it. I need to do like omelette.
Very strong. That is Goldwater by Goldwater. It's actually, sorry, it's called Sacramento by Goldwater from the album called Goldwater. Listen to my step in.
Well, welcome to the show of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams for our amazing guest, Brandon Peterson, chef, barbecue master, fisherman, owner of Gondwana Food Store. And while you were listening to this beautiful song, we were eating, as always. And I'll ask Brendan to run through all the dishes he brought to the studio today. What was it, Brandon, that you brought in?
So I lived in Argentina for a while and I got to actually love a good steak and chimichurri. So I've made
Yeah.
it's just a simple steak sandwich with fresh chimichurri, which is pretty much the herbs all from my garden. And it's a little bit of a hybrid because I've brushed it off with a bit of a South African base in there as well. Then I've done a spare rib, which is it's a very common South African thing, and that's one of the first things we
I
learn.
thought it was Russian. Okay, what's in it? Because I can see the smoldering,
Yeah,
some color.
which I've made a souvlaki.
Argentina, and we have South Africa, and yeah, I can relate to some Russian recipes with it. So with food ingredients are really important. As far as meat or good quality fish, you don't really need to do your ingredients from.
So this particular beef is it's probably one of my favorites. Well, the cut is rump, which is it's a very classic South African rump. And this is from
Rump.
rump, yeah, Quadrillo in
My
Argentina.
husband's favorite drum steak, yes.
Yeah, and if it's cut correctly, it'd probably be the tastiest. And that's the meat connoisseur. That is the one he'll choose. Most butchers in it as well. And this one's from the Wakanui Rangers in South Island. It's grain finished, so it's really tender.
We have several tasters in the room, so Warwick is going to say something about it. Also, Oli and Nathan, and I've seen that Nathan, that Oli was cutting something from the rib, it's basically falling off the bone. So, how long did you cook the rib?
So the rib is a special technique that I do. Which,
Secret chef.
yeah,
secret.
it is. And I mean, I don't boil it and I don't sous vide it or
Oh,
any of
I
it.
do boil my ribs.
Yeah, there's a certain technique that I do, which yeah, nobody's quite figured out how to do it. And, but the perfect rib is you don't want it to fall apart, and it's just going to be encouraged to come off the
Dubai.
bone. Yeah.
Awesome. So it is interesting how certain things combine. So what is the best combination for meat, for example, vegetable wise? What is the best vegetable to go with in meat?
Whatever seasonal.
Seasonal.
I'm
I like
loving
the sound.
zucchini at the moment.
Zucchini.
I'm
Oh wow.
loving zucchini, and zucchini is
Low carb.
especially for the barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been using zucchini so much lately. Tomatoes are coming in right. The best tomatoes now. So yeah.
So you said that you buy the freshest food, but you also own the company that marinates food, cures meats and things like that. And I saw them; and they look so salivating. You do peccaries, you do all other barbecue products and things like that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so that's my other company called All About the Grill, which is sort of ready to eat meals. And the ribs, the chicken, the sauces, and so forth. And it's a growing company. I was in discussions with sort of big companies like Food Stuff in New Orleans.
I'm
They
sure
want
they'll
to
love
sort
it
of-
because it's easy to store.
Yeah.
They're all vacuum packed, right?
And there's another one which I'm just sort of working on is the crispy pork belly, which no one's. I've started working on it 2 years ago, and yeah, we're almost there with it.
I just want to read the citation from your Facebook. The Facebook says that food stores serving dishes from around the globe, daily changing menus and ready-to-eat take-home meals. And of course, our famous baby back ribs
Mm-hmm.
for you to be a barbecue legend at home. Selection of seasonings, sauces, and pastings for you to try. Wow, that sounds salivating and mouth-watering. So please tell us about this concept. So person can, is it like a takeaway or you deliver the food? How does it work?
Yeah, well, it's takeaway, pick up. You know, I wish I could deliver, but
Not at the moment.
yeah, and I just
Are you delivering an ingredient or the whole food, the whole meal?
the whole meal, but also I want people to come in and pick something. Tell me what you want to cook, and I'll match it up with spice and stuff. I mean, I'll tell you where to go and get some meat from our local butcher and what you know. Yeah, so tell me what you want, what fish, whatever. I'll tell you where you're gonna get it. Match it with this spice and stuff. I mean, you don't have to buy it from me. It's just
Just to add to that, sorry, Lena, go into your cafe, there's a blackboard, and it has a whole lot of dishes written on it. On one side. On the other side, it has a whole lot of cities written on it. And I'm wondering, have you been to all those places and have you cooked all that food?
No. Yes. I've cooked or eaten pretty much all of them, I think. The cities are places I've been to, places I want to go to, places that people that have come there, they have written their name.
I wrote something there because it didn't know.
Yeah, and
Dangerous place.
and the fish chicken kill.
I'm going to put that picture on our foodie Facebook page. So
That's brilliant.
So it's really cool. Like what you said at the start about geography, the geography of food. You walk in there and you think, oh, I feel like either something from a city that you, Bangkok, I feel like city, I feel like Pad Thai right now. Or you can see the actual foods that are written on the other side. You think, oh, I want that.
Yeah. No, but, every city in the world, everyone comes from somewhere, and every city has a dish, and every dish has a story.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And we don't eat food only as a fuel anymore. We eat it with our eyes, we eat it with how it smells, how we hear about it, and so many other things. So food is a story basically on its own. So we love that. How does the daily changing menu work? It's probably so hard.
Well, I try and change as much as I can. I mean,
Does it work? Do your customers love it or hate it?
well, and I get people that come in and they have the exact same dish every single day.
Most of the people are like that, I believe.
Every single day they'll have the exact same dish. I have some people that come in and they'll have exactly what I tell them to eat.
What would be an example of the same dish that you have every day?
I have some people that come in and they have the steak sandwich every single day.
Must be good.
Yeah,
That's very good.
I have one customer that comes in and just sort of just has, she goes through the whole menu. But then, I kind of want to do a lot more dishes from all over the world. I have a love affair with Asian food. Absolute love affair with really good Asian food. And spent a lot of time in Singapore and Malaysia.
What other countries did you visit except of this, New Zealand, Australia?
My go-tos, I go to Malaysia a lot. I've been to Malaysia like 8 times. And Singapore, I've been to quite a few times. I love Singapore.
So when you cure your meats, is there any particular recipe or you just from any particular country?
No, I change it around a bit. I mean, I make biltong for home, which is classic South African. So I make a lot of biltong for home for my family and my friends, and I don't sell it. I just make it and eat it.
Actually, a lot of South Africans make their own biltong.
Yeah.
I found it really strange. If I would know that someone knows my favorite dish, I would never cook it. I'll go there all the time. It's just probably different mentality of different countries. Wow. So what is different about New Zealand food comparing to other countries?
I think New Zealand food is it's like Australian food. It's a melting pot of all, ethnicities from, So I'm finding in Taranaki that there's more places sort of coming over there. I would like to see a lot more real food.
What is real food?
Real food of people's ethnics. I'd actually like to see I have customers that come in and the Chinese customers and we'll talk about food and stuff and they'll say, oh no, but what they make at home is not what. Yeah.
I love street food.
Oh,
Favorite. Some of this I don't want to be negative, but some of the versions that I can get here are not what I got on the street of that place. And as we discussed when I visited your store, that these people do know how to make this food, but they've chosen sometimes to do a Kiwi version.
Yeah.
And as you said it, with your words, it's patronising to us because we've been to these places and we want the real thing, and it's not honouring their tradition.
New Zealanders are some of the most traveled people in the world.
Yeah.
So how about we listen to some reviews of the food because that's your job. Okay, Nathan, are you ready? Ollie, are you ready?
Which microphone do you use?
Yes, come to my to my microphone, and you're going to speak right now.
I tasted the doner kebab, and I noticed a real authenticity. In fact, it really could bring me right back to those ancient times when people were catching the meat and wrapping it in bread and eating it. But what you've done is you've perfected the cooking process of the meat. All of the components are there. I can notice a real, I don't know, added touch to what you've created since you've traveled the world. You know what things are supposed to taste like. You did mention that some of the food here doesn't taste quite the same. It's very, very good. It's nice. And the meat was good too. I can tell the curing process of those ribs. Smoky flavor, good flavor, tender.
Yeah,
Good job.
You just mixed up your Turks with your Greeks there.
You just got
But they're very similar.
But yes, but it is very similar, and we have really good reviewers here. How about this? We connect geography and textures and things like that. So it's Oli's turn.
So I had the ribs and the sandwich. The ribs had a really nice kind of sauce, or yeah, like it just made it much nicer. And I can even be like a bit more dry if they didn't have that. So it's really nice.
Do you imagine something like that at a birthday party? People, like your friends, would eat that?
No, my friends.
Unless they're 40 years old.
Yeah, and the sandwich was really nice. The meat was really good, and just the stuff inside, like the herbs, made it much better. The bread was really nice.
Oh, thank you so much. Wonderful. Okay, so the master reviewer.
Just a lovely spread today. I agree with Nathan that there's something extra going on here. So what you see is basic ingredients put together, but there's something extra which just lifts them.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to talk about this souvlaki in particular because it's one of my all-time favourite foods. And I got stuck in Greece once. That's another story. But I ate one every day for about 3 weeks, and I just loved it. And there's two key things here that I want to mention. First is the meat, which is slow cooked lamb shoulder, is just beyond belief. And pronounced correctly, tzatziki, which I always thought was yogurt based. Is that right?
It is good.
It is yogurt based, but you put something else in there, you said?
Yeah, but it's a thick yogurt, so I use the real Greek yogurt.
Right.
Which I mean, you can find in the supermarket in packets there, so.
For sure.
And cucumber, it's grated, and you got to get all the moisture out of it, and lots of garlic. Lots of garlic. You got to
Have
steep
to
the
have garlic.
Otherwise, it's watery. It takes away the thickness of the yogurt.
Yeah.
So that tzatziki was unbelievable.
Yeah, so if you are fascinated by our reviews, please come to Gondwana Food Store. What is the address of your shop?
Number 6, Devon Street, please.
Next to.
ASB Bank.
Okay, it's perfect time to listen to the music that
Also
was.
money and income.
That is the worker going to tell us about it.
This one just came up, you know how it comes up on your list and I played it and I liked it. So it's called Hard on Everyone and it's by Catherine Edwards and it's by an album called Total Freedom.
Wow, good reviews today, guys. Well done. That's awesome. Okay. So we are going to wrap up. Can you imagine that you've been talking for 40 minutes? Or 45. So it was easy and it wasn't very painful, right? Now we're going to wrap up. Is there anything you want to tell about the future event or any particular dish you're bringing to the institute? Maybe hours of work for you or something that people can kind of be directed towards you.
Yeah, I look forward to that for lunch. I mean, I can just go there on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we're going to be doing the markets there as well.
Yes,
The seaside market. Yeah.
talk about this. The latest
Cricket
cricket.
score. I didn't want to leave this in there watching the cricket.
Oh, now I know.
We love my cricket. The wings are coming back again. Yeah.
People watch cricket. Mind you, I said to Holly, because we love cricket as well, you got bowlers and destroyed them in one over.
So is it huge in effect of the cricket?
Well, for a while, I think for 5 years they were top fish team in the world.
So that was what, sort of about 10 years ago?
Yeah, but yeah, 10 years ago we went on a stretch for about 5 or 6 years, #1 team in the world.
Probably around
But can't win the World Cup.
around the Pollock era, probably
Yeah.
strong era. So the South African team has like a monkey on the back with World Cups. They just can't win it. It comes a bit like us, we're the same.
Yeah.
It makes them do a spell, isn't it?
Yeah. The famous one is the '99, I think, and it's actually a bit myth. The ball where who was it? The great all-rounder Herschel caught the ball and then threw it away in celebration, but it looked like he dropped it. So the umpire said it's not out.
Yeah.
And the urban myth is Steve Wall, the Aussie captain, said you just dropped the World Cup. And then the stuff up with lightning bowler. Who am I thinking of that? Alan Donald, really, and Lance Klusner. Oh, Klusner destroyed us so many times. It was just unbelievable. Oh, amazing player.
Yeah.
'99 World Cup, he killed us.
Yep.
He was the batsman of the cup, or even the player of the tournament.
Oh, he smashed it. I mean, he carried South Africa through everything. Yeah.
We love our cricket. I'm not a big rugby guy, but love our cricket, football, and basketball.
Is it the whole family like that, or just you and Ole?
Just all day.
You play some sport, right?
Well, I wasn't a rugby fan, so it was
Rugby huge.
massive. And yeah, like they mainly play rugby, and I was like, well, I can run fast and get up in the wing. But as soon as anyone got near me, I threw that ball away.
In Russia, all my life, I never even heard of rugby. That's why I came to New Zealand. I was like, oh my God.
It's playing in Russia.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
It is they kind of developed that here, but before it wasn't like, we didn't do that.
In Georgia, pretty much. Yeah.
They came to New Plymouth. They came to train with our local team, like the Rich Shelter, which was very cool.
Yeah. So I went to 2010. I went back to South Africa and I cooked for Team Paraguay.
Team Paraguay?
Yeah, the World Cup, and that was pretty good. I like.
Did they win?
Well, so there was a joke though because Paraguay was in the same group as New Zealand. And then it was like the joke because, South African cooks and they eat in the World Cup.
Bias. It's called bias.
Yeah.
This story.
I think it was a Canadian story, right? Yeah, someone was poisoned, the whole team was poisoned.
But the famous one is in South Africa '95 when we were the team of the tournament, we didn't win. And Susie, the waitress, the rumour is poisoned the players. And you can see if you watch YouTube, you can see them throwing up on the sideline.
She was English. But then there was another famous poisoning, and that was Tottenham. The Lasagna Gate. Who got poisoned against West Ham.
Everyone's kind of vomited lasagna.
Have you heard of John Robert?
Yes.
He's like, that was his World Cup. He made his mark on the world.
Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Olina Williams, Warwick Boy, and our amazing, articulate, and very interesting guest, Brendan Peterson, chef, barbecue master, fisherman, owner of Gondwana Food Store. So, just to wrap up, Brendan, tell us what hours does your Gondwana Food Store work?
So we open Tuesday to Saturday and open from 8 until 3. And I'm going to be doing a few of the markets now as well. So the first one coming up, Seaside, yeah.
Awesome. I hope we will see you at the Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Extravaganza because it totally gets in. Looking forward to it in March. A few words from our sponsor, Area 41 on Broome Street. Look no further for corporate events and groups get together. Great platters, fantastic wine list, creative cocktails, and red desserts. Book now to avoid disappointment at the busiest time of the year. Thank you for listening to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. Now we are going to take some selfies and post them on Instagram and Facebook. And remember, there is a recording of it on YouTube and also on TikTok. We're going to have 60 seconds on TikTok very soon. Tune in to 100.4 FM every Saturday at 4 p.m. And the last words from our guest.
And just a little side note over there, because that's the fisherman part. Is if anybody wants to take me fishing, I would absolutely love that. And then I'll help you. We'll cook the fish together, and I'll show you a few tips. So yeah, just add that part in there.
That's not illegal.
No, but yeah, and then I'll show you how to cook it, and we go fishing on your boat, preferably.
I'll come to take the Facebook pictures.
Awesome. Remember, there is a live recording of this interview online on Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 group page on Facebook. If you want to reach our wonderful guest, Brandon, please go to his Facebook page, which is Gondwana Food Store. And I will meet you next Saturday at 4 p.m. on Airwaves. Bye-bye, my gourmetarians. Bye-bye, everyone. All done. Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You're such an interesting person. Normally, we finish at 1:30. It's 10 past 2.
Oh, wow.
We have to
Sorry.
run. Don't be sorry.
Tuesday to 8 or 3. I tried to do nights, it just wasn't, and I don't want to overdo it. And I don't want to get people